Hello, fellow mystery fans. Well, time once again to take another look at an episode of Season 2 of Veronica Mars, and today we're going to be looking at Nevermind the Buttocks. So, here we go. Veronica is interrogated about the Aaron Eccles sex tapes. Mac tells Veronica that her cell phone interceptor has been confiscated for the year and that she was using it to spy on Beaver. Butters asks Veronica to get Mac as his prom date. However, Veronica uses Butters to get her and Mac into Principal Clement's office. Veronica finds the cell phone interceptor as well as a copy of the anarchist cookbook from Weevil's locker. Veronica accuses Weevil of blowing up the bus. Harry Green approaches Veronica and asks her to track down the car that ran over his dog. Veronica finds no cars of the type in Neptune. Jackie asks Veronica to help her get a job at Java the Hutt. The manager gives Jackie the job. Nice. Veronica tells Keith about Logan and Kendall's relationship, and Keith tells Veronica to find out whether they were together at the time of the crash. The car that Veronica is looking for passed by Gia on their way to the cliff. Gia thinks it was probably some college kids. Wallace makes a failed attempt to reunite with Jackie. Aww. Hector tells Weevil that the Fitzpatricks are mistreating the former PCHers. He shows Veronica Kendall's high school yearbook and proves that Kendall was stealing her identity to escape criminal charges. Veronica meets a blind woman to whom the car belongs. Veronica sneaks into the garage and finds the remains of a Fitzpatrick sticker and several guns inside. Weevil talks to Veronica about the PCHers' mistreatment and believes that Thumper and his number board are involved. Veronica agrees to help. Wallace meets Jackie at Java the Hutt, where she says she had a crush on him, but it also says that she has been accepted to Pantheon Sorbonne University, meaning they will not have a long relationship. Veronica tracks the car and notices some criminal activity. She calls Keith for help, but he hangs up when Liam Fitzpatrick breaks into Kendall's apartment, where he is. Liam threatens Keith before Keith fights back. Veronica and Keith successfully escape, with Keith swiping Kendall's hard drive. Nice. The Fitzpatricks torture one drug dealer before Weevil successfully threatens the Fitzpatricks with a list of their well-to-do clients. However, Weevil drives off and says that the PCHers are on their own. Veronica finds out that the owner of the car is Liam's grandmother. Eventually, Veronica and Keith deduce that Kendall could have caused the crash. Wallace and Jackie agree to start a relationship, and some new evidence surfaces in the Kane case, including some of Duncan's hair. Weevil finds out that Liam ran over Harry's dog, but Harry's brother tells her not to tell him so that he won't kill Liam. Veronica tells Harry that she didn't find the culprit. Aww. So anyway, let's take a look at some cultural references that were made in this episode. Veronica says that she watches Animal Planet. Veronica mentions James Bond. Weevil has the anarchist cookbook in his locker. Veronica jokingly tells Keith that he was probably watching South Beach. Veronica mentions Nash Bridges in relation to the Barracuda. Veronica references Dick Cheney. Veronica compares Keith to Rick Springfield. The elderly woman to whom the Barracuda belongs mentions Vanna White, Pat Sajak, and Wheel of Fortune. Veronica jokingly tells Weevil that he has Maybelline eyelashes. The episode references Heidi Fleiss. And now on to the arc significance in this episode. The Fitzpatricks are in league with Kendall, and Kendall has actually stolen her identity from a girl who died in a car crash. Logan confirms that Kendall was by herself at the time of the bus crash. Thumper's win and paddle at carvings of license plate numbers of customers that he had been servicing. In addition, the Lily Kane plotline resurfaces. Aaron's Oscar statue has been discovered in the backyard of the Canes with some of Duncan's hair on it. And now into the music that was heard in this episode. Dame Esa Cosa, Give Me That Thing by Renee Brizuela, and Treat Her Like a Lady by Cornelius Brothers and Sister Rose. And now finally onto the production of this episode. Nevermind the Buttocks was written by Phil Klemmer and directed by Jason Blum, marking Klemmer's 10th writing credit and Blum's 2nd directing credit for the show. Dick and Beaver do not appear in this episode. The episode's title is a play on words to punk rock band the Sex Pistols' first and only album, Nevermind the Buttocks, Here's the Sex Pistols. The episode features the guest appearance from Matt Bush, was famous for her role on Glory Days, as in Daze. So, yeah. So overall, this is a pretty interesting episode. I like the fact that the Lily Kane plot from season 1 resurfaces a bit. So, yeah. So overall, I give Nevermind the Buttocks 4 marshmallows out of 5. Well, tune in tomorrow as we take a look at Look Who's Stalking. So, until then, remember everyone, the game's afoot.